Do you like the air you breathe? I'm a cigarette between your teeth. I can't help but thinking it's me, choking on the misery. Hey, mom, what you see high above me as I sleep? Venus is for all her pride, far too cold to love inside. Huh? Autumn found me on the ground. The carnival had left the town. And often when I close my eyes, I see the boy left behind. And times are taking carousel. Stop, but you can't always tell. Morning splits the day and night. When you gotta hold on tight, hold on.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. How's it going out there in Interlands?
Let me see. Well, I don't think we've had any more donations.
Oh,
We've got some fans, but no donations. I don't think, you know what's interesting is I don't think people have seen us perform or being in the same room, like in something like this together since Boombox or
yeah.
when the Scabs were happening.
Yeah,
and we used to
yeah.
get up on stage. And John and I have a long history. We met a long time ago. When we first met, we were like inseparable, and we would, you know, he would do his beatbox thing, which I don't know if you're going to do any. Yeah, you got to see him beatbox. But
Actually, I think that's the next thing. The
he
very
would,
next thing
he
on
would
the
just
set
like,
list.
I'd have my saxophone and he'd have his mouth, and we'd just go to like different bands on 6th Street or in the Warehouse District. We just go and sit in with people, and then we started this hip hop band, which was kind of legendary for a long time.
Yeah.
In Austin, but
Man, that was there were so many good players in there. And the crazy thing was that, I mean, you know, you were there. Like, it wasn't just these amazing players on stage. It just sort of like gravitated to that show. But it was all the guys in the audience and the women in the audience, these killer musicians. If they had just if they just wanted to, they could have just come up and whipped our but that was just, it was just amazing to hear all those guys play. And all the people that would come in and that were our guests. And, you know, met the guys from Ozone Motley that way and still friends with them. Just, man, that's one of the great things about Austin, really, is that there are just so many people just kind of lurking around that are just amazing.
yeah, and I know now it's a little intimidating now. I mean, I have kind of been out of the local Austin music scene for so long, and I think you have too. And when now there's so many badasses.
Yeah.
You know, which I'm gonna just bring it all back home, which is why like we need to get some donations for the Sims Foundation.
Because those badasses need help too.
Yeah, exactly. We do have another donation from the one and only Mr. Scott Strickland. Scott Strickland sent us a donation. Isn't that sweet of him? So I still know everybody who's donated. I wish we would get some donations from people that I actually don't know.
You know what I think we need to do? So share it. So guys, start doing watch parties. There are a couple of live streaming during COVID times. We should just let this get out of Austin. And so if you're in the mood, just go start a watch party in one of those groups. Just look for a group and share it there and be like, check this out.
Yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, share a watch party, share it with your friends, whatever you can do. We've got some amazing acts for the rest of the week. And then we are done for the month of May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month.
So we've got Bob and Jason tomorrow.
Bob Schneider and Jason Mraz.
And
tomorrow.
then Gina Chavez.
Chavez on Friday, who is an
Amazing.
insane badass. And she had recently, I don't know why she trusts me so much, but she had texted me. She says, hey, this was last week or the week before. She was like, hey, can you, I'm going to send you my new EP. Can you listen to it and tell me some, give me some critiques or whatever. It's like, yeah, all right. And I listened to it, and I was the single of that song. I mean, her EP. Did I play it for you?
No.
Man, it is unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah, and she has a couple of different producers in there. I was like, who produced that track? I mean, it's literally something that's going to make you stop in your tracks.
Wow.
I mean, it's unbelievable. So when you guys get the opportunity, when it gets released, when her single gets released, you've got to check it out because it's mind blowing. And she had 3 different producers on her EP, and I was like, who produced this track?
Yeah.
She goes, oh, that's Adrian Casada. And I'm like, oh, of course it's
there you go.
Adrian
Yeah,
Casada. Of course it's Adrian. But he knocked it out of the park. And then I texted Adrian, and I was like, oh, my God, man, that thing was incredible. And it was just a different approach. It's not a standard. Yeah. I mean, Adrian's obviously mind-blowingly incredible. And he has been forever. He's been such an innovator with Austin music. But this track in particular is a different track. It's different. And that's, for me as a producer as well, that's what piques my interest when you hear something that's absolutely different than things that you've heard before and still kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
writing
well, and
that
the
line.
cool thing, and then there's the meta, which is I trust you as a musician and a producer, and I know Adrian. And for you to say that it's above and beyond and something just out there, I'm like, oh man, you know what? I'm done. I'm gonna go just.
Exactly. So I got a little off track, but my point was that so Gina's a badass. Got that. She's
Right,
on Friday. Saturday it was going to be the Intergalactics, which is Christian, who played earlier in the stream in the concert series. Christian Attard, who plays bass with
Everybody.
Hart, Megan Trainor. Sugar Ray, Jason Mraz. I mean, he's played with everybody. And then his partner, where we're all kind of in a band, the Intergalactics together, Serge, I can't pronounce his last name, but he plays with Earth, Wind, and Fire. So I mean, he's the guitar player for Earth, Wind, and Fire, right? So, but Christian can't do it, but Serge is going to do it on his own. It's still going to be amazing, and they're going to play a lot of the songs that I've done with them. And then Sunday is still yet to be announced, but I guarantee it's on par with what's happening tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So.
And way above what's happening tonight.
No, I mean, dude, you're amazing.
Well, just
man.
in terms of reach,
Well, I mean, you're actually. I haven't really sat down and listened to you play in so long, and this is beautiful, man. I mean, every time I hear you play like you're doing tonight, it really it touches me, and I'm sure it's touching a lot of people.
Yeah, we've been spending so much time on this, and of course we'll get to the next thing, and you'll see that I put the guitars down. But I'm also going to hold the beatboxing for Ransom a little bit. I'll do just a little taste, but what I'm going to do is just this is one of the ways in which Carlos and I became friends, because he has this horn, and he can travel anywhere with his saxophone, and I have my face, and it goes like this. Actually,
Yeah.
Can we get a little bit of... I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to go back to playing guitar, and if you'd like to see more of that, I'm going to hold it for Ransom. So a couple more donations, and I'll do a real thing.
he's going to do some real beatboxing. We would get some good donations in here.
But yeah, I figure may as well play a little tug of war while we're at it. Don't just give it all up.
Don't give it all away.
Yeah.
Don't give it all away.
Why buy the cow if you can have the beatboxing for free? Oh man.
So if you guys are just tuning in, I think I've got Kenneth Miller. He's watching. That's awesome. Hi, Kenneth.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Kenneth.
And then Floyd. Love you, Floyd. I haven't seen you in a long time. There's 3 ways to donate. It's super, super simple. If you have $10, $5, a cup of coffee, whatever, text SIMS to 44321. Very, very simple. You can go to PayPal. PayPal email address is info@simsfoundation.org, or go straight to the website, info@simsfoundation.org/donate. Like I said before, our biggest donation is $1,000. If you can beat that, that would be amazing. We're putting a grand prize package together. Not that it's going to be worth $1,000. It might be. Maybe Mraz is going to. Maybe Mraz is going to put like. Oh, you know what happened once with Mraz? I'm not going to get off topic too much, but after a concert, there was just this fan who he and I are now friends, long-term friends, because he was so floored about what happened. So, we got done. We ran straight to the bus, and this guy comes up to me with this really beautiful, like, Taylor guitar, and he's like, a Sharpie, and he said, "Hey, can you get Jason to sign this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess so. I'll see what happens." Because everybody's tired after the show and whatever. So I grabbed it, and I went on the bus, and I was like, "Hey, Jason, would you mind signing this?" And he was like, "Sure." And he grabs it, and then he proceeds to, he sits down, and it takes him 30 minutes because he did this whole drawing on it.
Oh, wow.
This really beautiful drawing, and then signed it. And I was like, wow, I bet this guy isn't expecting this, So I took it back out to him, and I'm like, here you go. He's like, what?
I think his signature is in there somewhere.
So,
wow, that's awesome.
Maybe Jason will, do something like that for the grand prize. I don't know.
No
We'll
public
see.
pressure.
No public pressure. I'm not going to mention it tomorrow, but I'm probably going to mention it. So anyway.
So, yeah. Let's do something funky and a little angry, because it's a good time to be angry and funky. This is an angry, funky time. Well, I'm Abraham, disciple, 4,000 years or more. Polishing my rifles, ready for the Lord. And those who do not follow, I will subjugate by sword. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the war. Yeah, I'm Abraham, disciple, the best you've ever seen. Sharpening my saber, building siege machines, raising up a temple from the blood upon the floor, working for the master, the architect of war. Yeah, the dawning of the rapture, when the kingdom comes, gonna stride up in the heaven with a broadsword and a gun. I will make my name known to the Father. He's the one taught me that a good offense is damn good for everyone. Yeah. Well, I'm Abraham's disciple, salvation on my back. Blessed, righteous, ready to attack. Save me the opinion I what you're preaching, brother. 'Cause I'm gonna study war, yeah, at the dawning of the rapture, when the kingdom comes. Gonna stride up into heaven with a broadsword and a gun. I will make my name known to the Father. He's the one who taught me that a good offense is damn good for everyone. Ooh. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Well, I'm Abraham's disciple 4,000 years or more, polishing my rifles, ready for the Lord. Oh, 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 Lord.
Yeah, man. Get it.
I know that guy well. All right. How we doing on that wasn't really a donation-y kind of song, maybe. A little on the...
We do have a donation.
Yeah, all right.
We got another donation. I wish we had 10 more donations, but we have Becca Fletcher. Thank you so much.
Oh, now wait a minute. Becca is my girlfriend, and I love you. Thank you for donating. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for leading by example. And come on, y'all. I don't want to have to shame you into this. But we did work harder than SpaceX today to make this happen for you.
And apparently they didn't do so well, so they have to do it again on Saturday.
No. Oh, well, nobody's hurt, though, right?
No. Everything's
Okay,
fine.
good.
No, everything's fine. But we're doing better than SpaceX.
Right. Hey, you know what? I will take that. And Becca knows. She was here last night when I was not doing better than SpaceX. I have a weekly concert series that I've actually had to cancel more than I've actually performed it.
So, again, you guys, please donate to Sims. We're doing this every night. We're working hard to bring this music to you. If you're watching and you haven't donated, please donate. We really appreciate your help. You're supporting us. You're supporting our mental health and thousands of other musicians in Central Texas. Again, text SIMS, S-I-M-S, to 44321. You can go use PayPal, info@simsfoundation.org, or go straight to our website, simsfoundation.org/donate. It's a really, really, really simple. $10, $20, $100 would help. Please.
$1,000 will get you maybe a guitar from Jason Mraz.
Oh, I wouldn't go that
wouldn't
far.
give it- Hey, you know what? You just got to plant the idea. Although, also, we always talk to the donors. I also want to say that, if you are a musician and you're feeling stressed out and you're feeling like this is a really insecure time for you, please, please contact the Sims Foundation. The unfortunate raison d'être, if you speak French, that means something. But unfortunately, the Sims Foundation, they made it in response to Sims Ellison, who was a local musician, and I think they got signed to Geffen, and then there was just like stuff was going. It was the old music industry model, and there's a lot of bad things happen to musicians in the music industry model, and he wound up taking his own life, and so it really shined a light. It shone a light directly on the need, which is people like musicians and artists who are kind of at the fringe of the emotional spectrum anyway. We're closest to our feelings in many ways, which means they can be really overwhelming, and in cases like Sims, end up in tragedy. So thank God that the foundation came out of it. I can't even imagine how many musicians it saved in that
Yeah.
specific
Absolutely.
from doing that specific thing.
Absolutely.
So, if you're a musician, please, I think that one's on.
Yeah.
Please contact Sims Foundation if you need help. There's no shame in that game. I've done it many times myself.
We got time for a couple more.
All right.
Let's do it.
This is going to have a little smattering of beatboxing in it. Father, forgive me of my sins. You don't know the state I'm in, do you? Mother, forgive the mess I've made. I don't know just what to say to you. I don't know just what to say. Listen to me, yeah. I think that you will see every word I say is true. I've sunk in so deep, and I need you like a candle needs a flame to see. Sister, save me from myself. Help me become somebody else. And as I learn from my mistakes, yeah, don't you know that my heart breaks for you? Don't you know that my heart breaks? Listen to me. I think that you will see every word I say is true. I'm sunken so deep that I need you like a candle needs a flame to see. Since I see the scars I hid, see the reasons for those thoughtless things I did. Deep in the dark I come to find forgiveness like that comes from someplace deep inside you. Forgiveness comes from deep inside. Listen to me. I think that you will see every word I say is true. I'm sunken so deep. Now I'll feed you like a candle feeds a flame. I will see you like a candle sees a flame. I will free you like a candle frees. The flame. The flame. Flame. The flame.
Awesome, man. So good.
Thank you. All right. We've got time for one more. And I'd like as many contributions in this one last song as we can possibly muster. Because it's one of the hardest songs that sing-along. Not a word I heard did I relate. The story was quite clear. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, baby, I've been flying, I've been flying. Mama, no denying, no denying. Hey, ooh, yeah. All I see turns to brown as the sun burns the ground, and my eyes fill with sand as I scan This wasted land. Trying to find, oh, trying to find where I've I'm father of the foe and fill my sails across the straits of peace. With no provision, not an open faith. Across the straits of peace. My Shangri-La beneath the summer moon will return again. Sure as the dust that floats high in June, moving through Kashmir. When I'm on my way, yeah. When I see the way you stare, yeah. Oh my baby, let me take you there. Let me take you there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me take you there. When I'm down, let me take you there. Woo!
Yeah, man, that was great.
Thank you. I'm gonna go take another shower and drink a gallon of water. I hope everybody has enjoyed it. How are you looking? That was a long song. Did we get any more support? Okay, well, if you're watching this at another time, you can hear in my voice exactly how hard I worked for you. I really love doing this for you. And I would love you to support the Sims Foundation so that musicians like me can get the services we need before we turn to other more drastic measures. It's very important. Thank you, Carlos, for having me. Thank you, Sims Foundation, for providing this platform for all these artists. One last round of applause also for Carlos for wrangling all the musicians. I've gotten a chance to see that. All I had to do was learn how to run a switcher. It's not quite in the same ballpark. But yeah, so I think it's a good time to call it a night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for contributing if you did. Thank you in the future for contributing if you haven't yet. It's simsfoundation.org/donate. You can text SIMS, S-I-M-S, to 44321. You can also do PayPal, info@simsfoundation.org. All that information is probably somewhere here, right about below my finger right now, if my programming worked. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your listening. Hope to see you soon. And thanks again to Sims Foundation. Y'all are awesome.
what's up, everybody? It's Mark McGrath from the band Sugar Ray. Yes, off the charts, but always in your hearts. And the Sims Foundation out of Austin, Texas, provides mental health and addiction recovery services for musicians, their families, their teams, their crews. You call them roadies, we call them techs, everybody involved in putting a live situation together. So do me a favor, if you have the resources, text SIMS to 44321 or PayPal at simsfoundation.org, or very simply check out the website, simsfoundation.org/donate. Do it now, man. These people are counting on you, especially during these times. Thank you.